Good morning. Hello. Hi. My model just disconnected. Nice. So I am a bit irritated. I just recorded 2 parts of this video and I'll have to redo it because I did not unmute my mic. My mic was muted the entire time. I did 2 entire videos. It didn't unmute the mic. That's devastating. Because now I don't have the luxury of just skipping to the parts that we have not seen, which is what I've been doing. It's kind of irritating. Give me 1 second to double check that this is the correct save. It should be this one. Page 5 right here. Should be this one. But I'm not sure if it is. So give me 1 moment. And then I get to go through and do everything again. Hello, I've returned. This should be the correct. I will reload just to be safe. But yeah, as you can see, I went through and did 2 entire videos. It was basically, actually it might have just been 1 video. Pretty sure it was 2 videos. Which is why I'm confused. Pretty sure it's 2 videos. Right? I don't know. This is 9. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 2 videos. 5 p.m. all the way to 8. Okay. Yeah, because it was, I don't know. What is reload? Reload here. Hopefully we're safe. So I'll be right back. I need to go and do Yuri's poem. And then we get to go do the thing. If I'm correct, this should be the day that they fight. If it is the day that they fight, Yuri and Natsuki has a fight, then I am on the path of correctness. Hello, we are continuing where we left off. I just did the poem. So I'm going to save it here because this saves null and void. I was just testing to see if it gave me extra things for picking the other characters. Basically, Natsuki, not Natsuki. Sayuri asks you if someday blank wanted to go home with you, or if you want to go home with someone. You know. And I was like, wonder if there's extra. Like, if you pick a different character, you pick like Natsuki or Yuri, do you get an extra photo or something? You do not. You only get photos for doing perfect poems and other achievements and stuff. I was double checking because I wasn't sure. Anyways, I saved it here because I'm gonna. Yep. Right. This is the cookie thing where she gets in the face of Cookie. Yeah. I keep skipping. Is it gonna make me? Yeah. So basically, this is the new dialogue. So we're gonna reload. We'll skip until I get. After Monika shows up, we'll stop. She has a boyfriend. Oh no. I see. Okay, best of luck. What's this? Okay. Fix. So I didn't miss a thing, did I? No, not really. Choose leave. There's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyways. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayuri somehow has already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into a closet. And we're gonna go talk to Natsuki. Yuri, I mean. Hey Yuri. I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book than the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Oh no. I was just kind of waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way out of the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from a shelf, the kind of a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug it into the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yeah? Yuri was going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it is to explain this to Monika. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Monika, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve BWA in club activities? My mouth agape. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Let's go, BWA. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Sorry, heading on. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monika to judge people like that. BWA, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is bad. Nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify the things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Would you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say. Yuri lifts her head. BWA, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah, shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. BWA, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Because, I didn't unmute my mic. You didn't hear me ask if oolong tea was the same tea that, Uncle Iroh drank in Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think it is. I also believe that is how you say his name, is Uncle Iroh. I haven't watched it in a while, so it's kind of weird having to rehash the topics I brought up in the first video because I screwed up really badly. All these years in the academy wasted. Ah. Oh, I'm back. Sorry, heading on. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. I said this last time, the dialogue there is very weird. I don't find that dialogue very natural. It could be natural for like other places, but where I live, it's not natural. Because I don't think, granted, we have like sweet tea and crap. Like we have pre-made sweet tea where you make it and you stick it in the fridge, get it cold. It's not hot tea. Like they drink hot tea, we drink cold tea. I don't know, it's just differences. I don't even like tea. I haven't drank tea since like, I don't know, middle school? No, I haven't drank tea since high school. No. I haven't drank school since I haven't drank school. I haven't drank tea since middle school because that's when I got my braces. I stopped drinking tea after I got my braces because it was too sweet. And I was like mainly on water and I'd collect some Kool-Aid and Hawaiian Punch and stuff. I just didn't like the way tea tasted after that, which is weird. I still don't like the way tea tastes. Give me 1 second. Hello, I've returned. I had some messages. I also kind of made a goof, so I didn't. Basically, the button that I use on my keyboard to swap to my other computer is Control. In this game, if you have this option off, it will prevent you from skipping unread dialogue. However, because I messed up earlier and did not have my mic on, all this dialogue is currently all this dialogue has been read already, so I have to actually go through manually and remember what I need to record. That's not the important part. The issue is Control is skip. If you have read dialogue and you hit Control, you will skip everything. So I goofed and I accidentally skipped very far ahead, so I had to reload and get back. Currently we're on Oolong Tea, and I don't remember where we were exactly. I think we were about here. So Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try to express myself a little bit more. It turns out that it's not very hard for me to do when it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep this up. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Here. Beam, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. See, so I said this in the last video, but I don't think it's true. I said in the last video, Yuri looks really pale. And then it's like a picture, because the way her face looks really pale, she's like blushing, you know? She looks pale. But if you're on the home screen, they all look the same. Not all of them are pale. They all look like, you know, Caucasian. Not Caucasian, I guess. They all look kind of like pale and white, I guess. It's kind of weird I didn't bring that up. Because it's like a visual novel. Most visual novels has like Asian characters, you know? Not necessarily Asian characters. They all think the anime style, so I'm gonna cut this out. Future me, cut this out. Now. Okay. I can read my back against the wall rather than bending over on my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I just do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of my your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture. That's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. A small bag of chocolate candies that I've kept hidden from Sayuri's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our side. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer to our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus the reading like this? Yuri is always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression. and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumbled with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. I need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri, what's up? This is me rehashing old topics from the screw up I did. I said this during the playthrough that I did. This picture, this image, if you have the wallpaper engine, you are able to have this as your wallpaper. I believe she changes expressions and stuff. Her eyes, did I notice that? Yeah, her eyes are losing focus and light. That's cool. I didn't even notice that. Like her eyes are slowly, like, you know, losing their light. See? I wonder what that's all about. Anyways, yeah, if you have a wallpaper engine, you can have this and a lot of other funny memes of DDLC as your wallpaper, which is cool. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't even have a harder time reading from it. As a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. Take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that just means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me as if she needs to confirm what just happened. Bima. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's... Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, so... Right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but... Yeah. It's all that was. Yeah. Then, you don't need to stop or anything. I see. Situation has got really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell by her expression that she can't even focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice that her chest is rising and falling to the rhythm of her breath. So in the last playthrough, I was trying to say breaths and I said breast. I thought that was funny. I feel so dumb having to redo this. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. Wah! Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Themic, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up about as much of a word between us. I get the feeling that this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. So we are going to save here in case I screw up for the third time. I would not be surprised at this point. So we're gonna do the usual suspects. Monika, Natsuki, because last playthrough Natsuki was last, right? So we're gonna do Monika first, Natsuki, Yuri, say Yuri, and then Yuri. That should be good enough. We want to keep Yuri last in case she wants to keep the poem. I don't think you got to see it. You won't be able to see it in this playthrough, but if I, for example, go to one of these, I think it's one of these saves. I think it's like, I don't remember. If I go to one of these saves, it's the second day, you do everything like you're supposed to do. I actually think it's right here. I think it's right here. I'll just go look. So I go to Natsuki, right? She's all blushing because you showed her the poem. We skip Monika. Monika basically... I saw rush... Oh wait, what? Did you read this, Monika? Of course, like, argument for you, you know? Anyways, I'm trying to see. If you insist, what? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Ugh, never mind. Natsuki, I'll give you the poem, but it's still not very fair to Yuri. So basically, Natsuki wants to keep the poem. In fact, I'm gonna hold on to this if you insist. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Never mind. Natsuki. So basically, if you do it in the wrong order, Natsuki doesn't get to keep the poem. Right? If you do it in the correct order, Natsuki gets to keep the poem. So I'm just kind of planning ahead, you know? I'm kind of planning ahead where if Yuri, because I don't remember if Yuri wants to keep one of the poems you do, she will always be last. The person you're trying to impress will always be last, in my opinion. Monika. Hi again, Pima. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I gave my poem to Monika. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is getting better than the last one. The last one I read. Just wondering, have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what's going on inside that head of hers? Hope you don't mean that in a bad way. I don't know. I honestly don't know how that could be taken in a bad way. Maybe it could. I wouldn't have taken that in a bad way. You know? Because like we don't know what's going on in each other's head. Hope you don't mean that in a bad way. Oh, Monika. Of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Huh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm just kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one at least. Monika kind of whispers the last part to me. It's just a hunch, but, well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? This one's the save and reload, right? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Yeah, I believe this is the save me and reload poem. We saw this in the last video. Oh, sorry. We saw this in like one of the earlier videos. I think it's like episode 2, I think. Or it might be episode 3, I don't remember. But yeah. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I think we skipped it last time. Because her thing was about saving and loading, right? Yeah. When it happens, don't forget to save your game. Yeah, see. So now, we're gonna go for Natsuki. They'll go for Sayori, and then we'll go for Yuri. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this till you're... Oh, why can I not read? Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're at Yuri's level. Natsuki stops short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? Keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this kind of this angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean. I mean, looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I'm so done with you. Natsuki shoved the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you write for someone else, then just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. So yeah, Natsuki just denies her poem. Sayori! Ooh, I like this one, Bima. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Does it mean that it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if the poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by the heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure how exactly that works. But again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Look, why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about expressing yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll keep it in mind. Oh, whatever. Anyways, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad ones too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a happy, nice rainbow. Sayori, that was unexpectedly poetic. Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Bima. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Yeah, this is the one about the bottles and the shelf and the... yeah. Inside my head, saying words that shouldn't be said. I think that's a song. Probably not. I know it's like, voices in my head saying things that shouldn't be said. It's like a comedy song with Stephen Lynch, I'm pretty sure. I need to listen to that. It's like a kind of offensive song too. But, you know. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monika taught me a whole lot. I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I can see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good. So you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah. Writing is the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Fairy's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I have habits like that. I get really into something and then I end up dropping it not long after. I need to get back into drawing, and like I do really enjoy drawing and I have fun doing it. I just need to do it more. I also need to get back into writing blog posts to spend a little bit. My main issue about the blog is like it's going to expire in November and I don't have the money to keep it up currently. I also just haven't really been in the mood and been like horribly addicted to Overwatch, so yeah. Sari's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Now, we'll show the poem to Yuri. Also, I thought she said something different last time I played this. Did she say something about like, that might be in tomorrow. I might have already gotten to the next day on the other playthrough. Yeah, I think I did. She said something about, I think Yuri's poems spoiled me. That might have been on the third day. Because this poem is about raccoons, right? Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression. Do you like it? Bima. This one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you about the kind of techniques we're practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone evolve, seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying what you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really, I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Yuri nods again. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. It's with you. This is the raccoon. This is about raccoons. It's actually not about raccoons, but yeah. I will go ahead and warn you, I had a lot of issues reading this last time. I'm not good at reading this cursive, this type of like close together cursive. I can kind of read it, but I have some issues. The raccoon. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. What? Is it guilty? Yeah, it's guilty. For a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of the raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies on an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say it has gotten quite used to this. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic conditioning. I think that's the thing where you feed an animal and you ring a bell or something. I recall reading that in a psychology book that I have over here somewhere. A rush of blood, a classic Providin, I don't know how to say the word, conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. So, if it wasn't obvious, this is not about raccoons, this is not about bread, it is about something else. Unusual habits and unusual hobbies and interests and urges, and it is about cutting, but it's not about bread or raccoons. It's symbolism about dark topics. I was a bit more daring with this one more than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. One second. I don't care. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that's different. I think it's something different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels to indulge. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I usually force to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why to keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. People would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Bima? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad to know you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things, writing and listening. There aren't many people like you. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely to me. For a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. So, I'm going to save it here. If I'm correct, there is no more unique dialogue. This is all about the party, right? So I'm gonna skip everything. We don't need to see any of this. And then yeah, pretty much it. It's all about the festival, and I'm going to tell her I'm gonna walk home with Sayori, which is a repeat dialogue. There's not much of a difference if you go with the other option. She's like, but Yuri's so mature and, you know, beautiful, and like some days, and she's like, well, someday you might not need me anymore. And then the protagonist reassures her that like, no one can replace you. You are your own person. And yeah, and she doesn't really like listen, and she just kind of gets awkward. So we're just gonna skip. I don't want to reread that. Makes me sad. Oh yeah, so she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, yeah, so it's the same dialogue. So now we're going to save. I think I'm done for today. that is the episode. It actually came out exactly the same amount of time than the first episode did, or in the one that I messed up did. So I will continue with this tomorrow, probably, because I need to go work on some other stuff. But we have 2 videos done, and then I think the next video will probably be the last. No, there's 2 more days. There's a 3rd poem with Yuri, and then there's the weekend event with Yuri, and then we have to go back and do it again with Sayuri. That'll be the last final. That'll be the final repeat, and then we'll get to a new content in the reset. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, I hope you like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I will see you lovely folks later. Bye bye.